Journey.
Okay. I haven't heard from Israel. Oh.
Let us start our journey of. Let us start.
Hello, Mead.
Sophie.
So, we will start our journey of mindfulness meditation. So, the entire journey of 1 hour consists of a brief talk about the principles of Eastern wisdom, from where the mindfulness and meditation comes. Then we will do the practice. You can say it's a guided meditation, followed by sharing of your experiences and question and answer. So, I gave this weekly session the title Freedom and Happiness. Democracy, we talk about freedom. Then we talk about freedom in the family. We talk about freedom in the society. We talk about freedom. We are also known as the leader of the free world. We don't know how much we are free and how much freedom we have. We are not talking of that freedom. We are talking of freedom from the mind. That is what meditation is. Freedom from the mind is also known by another word known as awakening. It is also known as realization of our true nature. But what is this freedom from the mind? My master used to say that those who eat their mind live in freedom and happiness, and those who are eaten by the mind lives in stress and suffering. Who are eaten by the mind? What does it mean, eaten by the mind? And what it means by those who eat their mind. Eaten by the mind. All experiences takes place in the mind. First thing to understand. All experiences, good, bad, high, low, pain, reaction, pleasure, or so-called happiness.
I didn't understand that.
All happens in the mind. I don't know why my Google is activated. So Google says I don't understand what you're saying. Majority of people do not understand what is freedom of mind. First thing, all experiences takes place in the mind. First thing. Second thing is that the desire in the mind also desires. Desire is okay. Desire to go to restroom, desire to eat food is okay. Then what is wrong with the desire? Any desire that projects the happiness outside. Sophie, you were just talking about projection. So any desire that projects a happiness outside in the world causes suffering. Why? Because the happiness is not outside. Happiness is within me. That is what the Eastern wisdom says. So I'm bringing both the terms together. My master used to say, happiness is our essential nature, and we are searching happiness outside. A couple came to my master, and so my master talked to them individually. Husband says, see that she doesn't love me. Wife says she doesn't love me. So my master said, you both are beggars. You are expecting that someone outside should love you. And you don't know what that love means. First discover that love within you and express love in thoughts and speech so that you receive the same love. Why I talk? Because without these concepts, what is concept is a product of knowledge. So this is the knowledge of the Eastern wisdom. So what is the goal of the Eastern wisdom? It is self-discovery, to find the real nature. So when I say happiness, love, wisdom are our essential nature. So we are understanding each and every term so that the things become clear and we can move into meditation easily. What is essential versus superficial? Is my acting superficial or real? We were just talking about Alexander technique before you. Okay. So understand that essential nature through an example of a sugar. The sweetness of a sugar is essential nature of a sugar. And what is the superficial nature of a sugar? Candy, ice cream, sugar cubes. You can change any shape and the size. How it is related to our today's journey? The personality comes from a word persona, meaning mask. That is our superficial nature created by the mind, my attitude, my behavior that I earned from the parents, society, culture, religion, from outside. But behind that personality, there is an existence. Our masters of the Eastern wisdom says that existence is Sat Chit Ananda. Translation: absolute consciousness bliss. So like sweetness of a sugar, our essential nature is made up of peace, happiness, love, wisdom. You see, again Google started speaking. I don't understand. You will never understand. If you practice meditation from the Google, you will never understand. So anyhow, so essential nature. So what is meditation? Is a discovery of that essential nature behind the personality. Are you getting it? I'm making it very simple. So I started the journey with understanding the mind. The mind is the house of all the experiences, and the desire pops up in the mind, which says, oh, I love Anne, I love Michelle, I love Dr. Mead, I love Sophie. Can you give me some happiness? Not possible. Are you happy? Are you 100% happy? Then I can think of asking happiness from you. Happiness is happening within me. It is a state of consciousness. So it means, should I not live with anyone? Again, we are going in a wrong way. First, I should discover that happiness in me, and then I allow that happiness to be expressed in thought, speech, and action while living in relationship, in the society, in the family. That is known as awakening. That is known as nirvana. So where comes that freedom from the mind? Freedom from the mind means the mind that limits me, that creates a bondage, that creates a dependence, that creates an attachment, that creates a delusion. Now that mind has gone.
I didn't understand that.
You will never understand, I know. So, okay. That is the nature of the good. I have tried hard to shut it off, but it comes up again. Anyhow, did you understand the freedom from the mind? Now understand what happens in a simple way. Desire is there. What is that desire? That any one of you give me happiness. For example, for some short term, desire fulfilled, what happens? It creates another pattern in the mind, greed. If it is not fulfilled, I am into anxiety, I am agitated, I am angry. So you see, starting from the desire, twofold. Fulfilled, greed. Not fulfilled, anger and anxiety. Now, why I am angry and anxious, why my greed is there? Because of the fourth factor, that is delusion. What is that delusion? What appears true is not true. What appears true is not true. I see the sky is blue, it constantly appears blue, but the science says it is not. So it means I should have a right knowledge in my head. Even while looking at the sky which appears blue, I know it is not. In a desert, I see the water in a mirage. It is not true, it appears true. So why the mind enters into conflict, anxiety, reaction, duality, problem, pain, and the suffering? I see outside happiness is there in a person, in an object, in a thing, but which is not true. That is known as delusion. It limits my mind. I'm constantly running after either a person. I love that person so much. No, you are not loving. You are attached. That is not love. That is attachment. Now, 4 factors. Do you remember? Desire, fulfilled, greed. Desire, unfulfilled, anxiety, anger leads to delusion. It creates a vicious circle. We don't recognize it. Don't you see in the world? Are you happy being married? No. Are you happy being single? No. Are you happy being divorced? No. Don't you realize happiness is not outside? Happiness can never be outside. Now, with that knowledge and the wisdom, when I practice, it brings the result. But still, we are not complete with this freedom from the mind. 4 things. Desire. Beautiful explanation. Eastern wisdom talks of subjective psychology, in-depth understanding. We have 3,000 books. We have 3,000 teachers. The tradition continues. These principles cannot be updated and upgraded like the science. Why? Science works in the objective field. We work in the absolute field. How can you change the principles of absolute? 100 years ago, scientist says matter consists of atom. 50 years ago, they said it consists of electron, proton and neutron. Now they say it is pure energy. Was matter not energy 100 years ago? It was. Can you say it is a progress of science or it is a correction of error? We don't have any correction of error. We talk of final principles. You apply these principles when you have a problem in your relationship. You have craving, you have obsession, you have attachment. These principles apply equally. That is the nature of the teachings. So, go back. Freedom from the mind. 4 principles. Desire, anxiety or anger, or greed. And 4th is delusion. What is the 5th one? Now my desire is fulfilled. Greed means what? I want more. Dating, I'm so happy. Married for first few months, I'm so happy. Greed is repeated. I want more. But now I build an ego. Even after a few months, now you don't love me the way you loved me during dating. Pride. One example. Now you have to analyze your own mind. So 6th problem is, after delusion there is a pride. For a man who is greedy, who earns everything, all kinds of wealth. No, I have everything. Do you have peace and happiness? No. I have everything. So the 5th problem comes, the pride. Ego is attached to these objects, people, things. And if the greed is not fulfilled, then what happens? Can you imagine? Jealousy. Look at the neighbor. They are showing me they have BMW. I don't have it. Unnecessary. So freedom from the mind means freedom from these 6 factors. So what happens? What is the factor? Freedom and happiness. So in that freedom and happiness, the last point to understand before we start the practice, once I understand all these, I have heard it clearly, I have experienced that nobody outside causes any miseries in my life. It is me. I am responsible for my sorrow and I am responsible for my suffering. Michelle and Anne, they knows very well. I've been talking again and again and again and again. But question is, I have understood, but I don't practice. Why? And what is the remedy? I have understood. You give a good talk. That is not the purpose of this session, that you should recognize me. Purpose of this session is, does it go inside your head? Are you ready? Do you become a seeker on the path? If you don't become a seeker on the path, then you meet me, you say, oh, that beer guy is good. What will happen to your mind even if I'm good or bad? So the most important thing is to ask yourself, am I a seeker to follow the path of meditation? If I am not a seeker, oh, this guy gives good practice and after a few sessions he'll forget. And okay, who cares? Let me continue to suffer. Let me remain miserable. If I don't become a seeker, I can't bring an end to the miseries and suffering in my life. We'll understand deeply what it means to be by a seeker, but to tell you, are you a seeker of driving what you do? You learn the rules of the road, you read it, you study it, you hire a teacher driver who gives you the skill sets of driving, you pass the examination, you get a driving license, and now you are ready to drive. You have to follow the same process to become a seeker. You have not to go to any university or a college to get a license, but that license you give to yourself by changing your attitude, by changing your behavior, by changing your responses to the outer world from today. One student says that, I always love, doing meditation with you. I always love you continue talking to me. I said, let us start paying me 24 hours. I will continue that. You are creating a dependence. That will not be possible. That is what we are learning. I want to make you free. You are teaching me how to depend on you. So in the journey of a seeker, my goal is 100% clear. Where is that goal? Real self, sweetness, my essential nature. That is my subject matter. And what is the goal? To bring an end to the suffering once and for all. So I need to understand the suffering in detail. Why I get angry? Why I get upset? Why I get upset whom I love? Come on. I claim I love so dearly, and then I again get upset the next moment. I have to understand in detail. That is how we qualify to become a seeker. So first is, what is the subject matter? The self. I have to separate the self from the non-self. Personality from the existence by these principles. Where is the goal? Goal is to bring an end to the suffering and awaken to inner peace and happiness. Now I remember all the time. The driver of a car remembers all the time. Even you are talking while driving, you know the rules of the road. You don't jump into the opposite lane. Oh, I did the mistake. Same thing when you do the mistake in meditation, everything is gone. Keep smiling even if you don't want to smile. And so the subject matter has to be clear. And then the goal has to be clear. Then what is left? Me. What is that me? That mind needs a purification. The mind returns again to the same object. Everything is fine. But why my honey is reacting against me? He was not doing so when we were dating. I can't answer. Why should I answer your question? You should know it. You were dating. You got married. You are projecting happiness in him. But the simple answer is the mind enters with a lot of impurities. It is constantly projecting happiness that we don't realize. And if you don't realize, then you will continue to suffer. So we cleared the first one is the subject matter, second is the goal, third is the mind. My mind should be clear. Should be clear. Pure. Why it should be pure and clear? So that it can focus on the principles with a clarity, with conviction. If any other thought enters into the mind, then the mind can say goodbye. The mind is clear, no wandering state. That mind can enter into meditation easily. So bye-bye now. No, we will start our meditation practice. Close your eyes. Close your eyes in the stage 1. Step 1. Eyes are closed gently. The body is steady and comfortable. And body is steady and comfortable. And mind is looking inside. Where self is located? Inside. So I'm looking inside. I don't know yet. It is okay. So what I'm looking into the space or a darkness or emptiness. Do I experience 1% of calmness without doing anything? Yes, 1% is there. Can I continue to be aware of that state of the calmness? It will be a big milestone. We move to the step number 2. What is that? Being comfortable. How? Move the mind on the neck joint. Feel the sensation. Being comfortable and steadiness. We ask the mind to have 3 experiences while being comfortable. Moving the mind on the shoulder joints. Feel the sensation. Being comfortable and steadiness. Not a big deal. That is how we educate the mind. Move the mind on the hip joint. Be there. What it means by moving the mind on the hip joint? The moment I say hip joint, the mind is aware of the shape, the location. So the moment it is aware of the shape and the location, you feel the sensation, not a big deal. It confirms the mind is there. Then you feel comfortable and steadiness. The entire body is sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. In the stage 1, we move to the number step 3. What is step 3? You should understand the mindfulness cannot be divided into different stages and steps, but for the sake of understanding, until we become a qualified seeker, we don't need that. So the third step is being carefree. What is being carefree? It is again a knowledge practice. When you see the sky, it continues to remain blue, but you know in your mind it is not. Confirmation, conviction is there. Same way, being carefree is a knowledge practice. What it is? You're standing across the road watching the traffic. That is what is being carefree. Let the thought come and go. Images appear and disappear. You are unaffected. You are indifferent, like the sky. Above, below, the birds are flying, like the thoughts in the mind. That is being carefree. I believe I made myself clear how every time I see the sky is blue, but I know it is not. How do I know inside my head the knowledge, understanding, clarity, awareness? You can use a lot of words. Now we move into the stage 2. In the stage 2 is purifying the mind. We discussed about being a qualified seeker. So when we move the mind, we purify the mind, we will do in 2 steps. First step, looking inside the forehead. Looking inside the forehead. Being cheerful, being aware of that 1% of calmness on one side of the mind, and through both the nostrils start short, quick and gentle breath from both the nostrils. Being comfortable, carefree. Continue. You are looking inside yourself. Continue the journey. And stop this. We'll continue purification of the mind. Take a deep, silent, slow breathing from both the nostrils, starting from the belly, then into the rib cage. But it should take time. Don't be in a hurry. Don't make any noise. But while during exhalation, you have to make a humming sound. Lips remain together. Eyes remain closed. You remain comfortable, my friends. And stop this humming, but do nothing. Remain as you are. You are living into the state of being comfortable, being carefree, maybe little calmness might be experiencing. It is okay. We move to the stage number 3. I discussed about projection. My eyes, outer sky, light, other factors combine and projects the blueness in the sky which is not there. Outer environment, my attachment to a particular person, and other factors projects a happiness in others. We have to remove that. That is what the stage number 3 is. And it has to be done in a calm manner. Look inside the forehead in the space. Breath is normal. Body is steady. And start hammering the mantra Om 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 mentally. No movement of the lips or the tongue. Again understand, the body is steady, comfortable, carefree, little bit relaxed. The head is refreshed and calm. You are looking inside the forehead in the space or emptiness or darkness, and you start hammering the mantra, the sound. Just take it sound. What is sound? Om 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 Om. The way I am demonstrating, you are doing it quick, fast, and loud, deep into your head. Why head? It is the center of wisdom, knowledge. There are 3 powers of the mind. We are removing the projection from these 3 powers of the mind. And now look deep inside, drop this hammering, look deep inside the heart in the space. That is the center of emotion and the love, and also the aspiration. Second power. So looking inside the heart, being aware of the space, and you start filling that space with hammering of om 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 mentally. Quick, fast, and loud. You will discover the mind starts withdrawing inside. Body may start freezing down. You may have more tingling sensation in the body. Be with it. You are in safe hands. Don't worry about it. Sometimes we get scared. No need. Continue hammering inside your heart. Om 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 om. Quick, fast, and loud. The mind is now deeper inside. Continue hammering. Now leave this. Mind is tricky. Mind doesn't want to leave its old habit. So what it will do? it will make you fall into unconscious sleep, or it will make you crazy with influx of lot of thoughts. Be patient. Journey has yet started. Look deep inside the belly button, the center of action, and continue hammering with quick, fast, and loud in your mind. No movement of the lips or the tongue. Continue, my friends. The mind may experience steadiness, tingling, freezing in the body, and then the mind, there is no freedom from the mind. So mind says, you see that? What do you feel? And you start moving the body, opening the eyes. Don't do it. Don't follow the mind. Follow the simple instructions, my friends. Now leave the step. Let us move to the stage 4 to deepen the experience. Move the mind on the head and the neck. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the right arm. You are aware of the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips, and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. It may lead you to a variety of experiences, so no need to just recognize these experiences and continue. Move the mind on the left arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Chest in the belly, middle portion of the body. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Right leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You may have a variety of experiences: tingling, numbness, freezing of the body, some images, vision, colors. Be with it, recognize, accept them, continue the journey. The mind goes to the left leg. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind goes to the entire body, from the crown of the head to the toes. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. In that state, look inside the forehead. In the space, you have a gentle feeling, maybe calmness or a space. Inside the forehead, just say mentally, Shantoham. Shantoham means I'm the peace. That is your first milestone. From the first milestone, move the mind inside, little deeper. The moment the mind seems to stop, that is your second milestone, Shantoham. And then explore the third one, go deeper. When the mind seems to, you feel as if the mind stops. No issue. With love, drop Shantuham, third milestone. Continue. Go deeper and deeper and deeper, my friends. Highway is the space inside you. Mind is both the driver and the vehicle. And you discover one milestone after the other deep inside. You found one milestone, you said Shantuham. After that, there is only a space. The mind continues to move deeper and deeper and deeper. The mind seems to stop. No objection, no reaction. Shantuham. And go deeper and deeper. And do nothing. Be in the state of doing nothing. But if the mind goes anywhere, just look at the breath that is going in and out. You feel the sensation and do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. I appreciate you all. Wonderful. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Raise both your palms, place it on your closed eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms and stay there for a few seconds. Why? Ask yourself, what is your experience? And then bring the hands down. Slowly bring the hands down. We have 2 things more to go. The first is to share your experiences openly. If something happened, good. Nothing happened, good. Why? You are responsible for it. And second, if you have any question, how are you, Anne?
I feel very good. Yeah, I forget that I had a body.
That's wonderful.
Went quite deep, yes.
That is very true. In deep sleep, we don't experience body and the mind. Can I live into that state consciously? Our masters also sometimes they compare deep sleep with the meditative state. Only one difference. That I'm aware that I'm not the body and the mind. I'm not aware, I'm the body. I'm not the body and the mind. That's a wonderful experience. How are you, Dr. Mead? Not happening, it has to happen from your end. Yeah, Michelle, in the meantime, Michelle.
Hi there.
Yeah, hi, Dr. Mead, yeah. What is your experience?
Mead or Michelle?
You, Dr. Mead.
Oh, thank you. I feel very peaceful.
Very peaceful.
And yes, and I feel very alive.
Very good.
And full from the inside out.
Full from inside. That's a beautiful experience. We have to live into that state 24/7. That is the objective of meditation. Wonderful experience. How are you, Michelle?
I feel light.
I feel like,
yeah, I felt like, at some point that I just felt like a lift. And then lightness.
Lightness, yeah. Yeah, I could feel and I could see all of you. Everyone did very well. Think of it. You should feel light and alive all the time, 24/7. That is the objective of meditation. Objective of meditation is no, just close my eyes, let me focus on the breath. And then when I come out of, after focusing on the breath, I'm again going into the same anxiety and stress. That is not meditation. That is what masters never say that. How are you, Sophie?
I'm very good. My body was generating a lot of heat.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was feeling very, very, very warm, and also detached from my body. Yeah.
Detached from the body and the heat. Detachment from the body ultimately leads to a kind of conscious experience that a sense of bodilessness, or as if I'm not the body. Understand, the body remains as it is. So when I say that I feel completely detached with the body, the mind has to work through the body for its desire, projection, suffering, anxiety, etc. So the mind drops the identification with the body. Identification with the body. And I consciously experience. Don't start talking about some mystical things, out of the body experience, hallucination. I don't teach any kind of hallucination and imagination. Understand that. Very clear. Principles have to be very clear, understood very clear. So that sense of detachment, I feel alive. When you say I feel light and alive, it means that the mind has dropped those projections, what we discussed. That is how we explain. Everyone explains the same principles, but we should know those principles. We don't create our own iPhone, but here we all create our own meditation without following any principle. But everything is good, everything. I have no objection to that. Now come to any question that you like to ask. When the mind enjoys the freedom, it has no question and no doubts. When the mind has eaten you, you have 1 million doubts and 1 million questions. See the state. The way you are living into the state now, can you live into the same state 24/7? Michelle is thinking.
I am. I'm just thinking it would be beautiful to be able to live in this constant state of just peace and lightness. But there's the outside influences that are difficult at times to retain that peace.
Simple answer, one-liner, and we need to understand it deeply. Those who are eaten up by the mind are affected and influenced by the outer environment, people and things. Those who eat the mind, how they can be influenced and affected by anything happening around us. I tell the mind, come on, don't be affected. So you are ruled by the mind, or you rule the mind. So it is a journey. Step by step we understand all those principles, and ultimately we enter into that state. It will happen, provided you are a seeker. That is all for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Acharya.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
We'll meet next week.